My dear friends, today I will be discussing about various risk factors or causes or etiology of pericarditis. Now, what is pericarditis? Pericarditis means swelling, inflammation, or irritation of pericardium. And pericardium is the outermost layer of the heart which helps in diastolic expansion and it prevents the friction in the heart while heart undergoes diastolic expansion. So this pericardium, when it undergoes inflammation because of various causes, it leads to acute chest pain, and this acute chest pain may be just like myocardial infarction or various pleural pain or lung pain or pulmonary embolic pain. But still, various sign symptoms and through various diagnostic tool, we can differentiate between the constrictive pericarditis and other sign symptoms of acute myocardial infarction or pulmonary problems. Now, depending on the sign symptom, pericarditis is divided into acute pericarditis, chronic pericarditis, recurrent pericarditis, then incessant pericarditis. Now, it has been found that there are so many risk factors of or causative agents or causative factors that are responsible for causing pericarditis, and most common type of pericarditis, that is acute pericarditis, is caused by infection. So infection is the most common cause of pericarditis, and out of the infection, viral infection is most common type of infection that leads to pericarditis. So most common cause of pericarditis is viral pericarditis, and there are so many viruses which may leads to viral pericarditis, and out of this most important is Coxsackie virus, then HIV, then enterovirus, then glandular fever, then herpes simplex virus, cytomegalovirus, adenovirus, maybe bronchitis, pneumonia. Adenovirus leads to pneumonia, bronchitis, so it may be adenovirus or it may be hepatitis B virus, influenza virus, and so on. So there are lots of viruses. Out of this, Coxsackie virus is very common, and this virus infection may leads to viral pericarditis, and which may ultimately leads to pericarditis. Even it leads to acute pericarditis also. Next important cause of pericarditis is bacterial pericarditis or bacterial infection. So what is the type of bacterial infection? It is tuberculosis or tubercular bacteria. So tuberculosis is, for developing country like India, tuberculosis is one of the important cause of pericarditis. And even Streptococcus pneumoniae also may plays an important role in causing pericarditis. Then after bacterial pericarditis, there is another type of pericarditis or another causative agent of pericarditis known as fungal pericarditis. So fungal pericarditis may be caused by histoplasma or candida infection. So histoplasmosis or candidal infection may leads to fungal infection in your body, and this fungal infection may ultimately involve the pericardium, leading to fungal pericarditis. So that is another important causative or etiology of pericarditis. Beside, parasitic infection can also leads to pericarditis. Then we call it parasitic pericarditis. So parasitic infection also leads to pericarditis. There is another important cause of pericarditis. Beside, there is autoimmune disease like systemic lupus erythematosus and rheumatoid arthritis. They may lead to pericarditis also. So autoimmune inflammation may also stimulate antibodies to create problem or to fight against pericardial wall, and ultimately leads to inflammation of pericardium, and we call it pericarditis. Besides, chest injury or blunt trauma injury of the chest leads to traumatic pericarditis also. When there is a blunt trauma chest or blunt trauma on the chest, it may injure the pericardium, leading to traumatic pericarditis. Besides, kidney failure also another important cause, or which is can be an important risk factor for causing pericarditis, because in kidney failure there is a high amount of urea in the blood. So because of high amount of urea, we call it uremia. So because of high level of urea or uremic scenario in the blood, the uremic scenario or uremic condition will stimulate the pericardium, causes its inflammation, and we call it uremic pericarditis. So even uremia or high level of urea in the blood because of kidney failure may leads to pericarditis, and we call this type of special type of pericarditis as uremic pericarditis. Besides, some tumors may compress the pericardium and ultimately leads to pericarditis also. some tumors may metastasize to pericardium also and leads to pericarditis also. Besides genetic disease like familial Mediterranean fever or some genetic disorders may also lead to pericarditis or inflammation or pericardium. Besides, pericarditis can also be seen after myocardial infarction or acute heart attack, and we call it Dressler syndrome. It may be an autoimmune mechanism because when there is heart injury, some tissues or necrosed tissue may come out into the blood, and antibody may form against it, and this antibody may cross react with the pericardium leading to pericarditis, and we call it autoimmune pericarditis or Dressler syndrome following a myocardial infarction or following a heart attack. We call it Dressler syndrome or post myocardial infarction autoimmune pericarditis. Besides, pericarditis can be followed after heart surgery and also pericardiocentesis or even after cardiac catheterization. So post heart surgery or post pericardiotomy or post catheterization, there is increased risk of having pericarditis. So post heart surgery or heart procedure, then there is increased risk of suffering from pericarditis. Besides, after radio frequency ablation also, post RFA, there may be increased risk of pericarditis. We call it post RFA or post radio frequency ablation pericarditis. Sometimes pericarditis may be of idiopathic also or without any unknown etiology where the cause is not known. So we call it idiopathic pericarditis also. Some chronic debilitating disease like AIDS, then cancer and tuberculosis may also can cause pericarditis. So HIV can already cause, all of you know, it leads to viral pericarditis. Tuberculosis also cause pericarditis, we call it bacterial pericarditis or tubercular pericarditis. Beside, cancer can also metastasize to pericardium, or any tumor in the chest wall can compress the pericardium and ultimately leads to pericarditis. Beside, we should not confuse that there are certain drugs which may also leads to pericarditis. So because of drug reaction or abnormal side effects of some drugs, pericarditis may be caused. So what are those drugs? Number one is penicillin, then warfarin, then phenytoin, isoniazid, cyclosporine, hydralazine. So these are the various group of drugs. So penicillin, what is penicillin? It's an antibiotic produced from fungi, Penicillium notatum, and it plays important role in fighting against streptococcus, staphylococcus and broad spectrum of infection. But this penicillin can also leads to drug reaction like pericarditis. Then there is warfarin, that is oral anticoagulants, can also play important role in causing pericarditis. Besides phenytoin is a CNS drug. It's a mood stabilizer and ultimately helps in stabilizing mood, or it is a CNS acting or central nervous system acting drug, and which may lead to pericarditis also. Besides, isoniazid is an anti-tubercular drug for releasing tuberculosis or for relieving symptoms of tuberculosis. Isoniazid is used. So some even isoniazid may leads to pericarditis. Besides, cyclosporine, which is an immunosuppressant, as well as hydralazine, can also leads to pericarditis. So these are the various causes or factors which may leads to pericarditis, and out of this some also have as a risk factors also. Especially most common cause that leads to pericarditis is viral pericarditis, and most common virus is Coxsackie virus, then HIV, then enterovirus, herpes simplex virus, then influenza virus, hepatitis C virus, cytomegalovirus. So these are the various viral infections that can leads to pericarditis. Besides, after surgery also pericarditis may also cause, and that time we call it what we call post heart surgery. It may be because of post pericardiotomy, or after pericardiocentesis, or after myocardial infarction, or after cardiac catheterization, or after radiofrequency ablation. So after various heart procedures or invasive mechanism, there is increased risk of inflammation of pericardium. We call it pericarditis. So these are the various risk factors or common causes or causative agents that can increase the risk of suffering from pericarditis. Thank you very much.